Chrissy Lampkin's drama has taken yet another explosive turn, and Brooke Bailey has come out to tell the truth. This time, for weeks, fans of hip-hop culture and reality TV have been glued to the television, observing as Chrissy's choice caused mayhem, strained friendships, and made everyone doubt their allegiances. Now that Brooke has spoken up, the matter has taken a whole different turn. Brooke's remarks were sent via an open Instagram live where she confronted Chrissy's behavior. Although she had always thought of Chrissy as a friend, she said that this most recent choice caught her off guard and that the move was unexpected and startling. Brooke claims that Chrissy's decision had an impact on more than just her personal life. It rippled through their social circle, creating tension and mistrust among people who had once been close. Fans saw this right away. Brooke's voice was powerful and composed. She didn't hold back, implying that the public was still unaware of some information. According to Chrissy, Brooke, making a personal decision is one thing, but when it affects the lives of others, it's quite another. It becomes startling when you don't even think about them. Online, the response came right away. Fans praised Brooke's candor and genuineness as videos of her live performance went viral. Reactions came in from folks who thought Brooke was finally being honest about Chrissy's actions. "Brooke is telling the truth. I've been waiting for someone to call this out," one person commented. Others were split, defending Chrissy and saying that Brooke was overreacting. But the majority appeared interested in the idea that there was more beneath the surface than previously revealed. According to insiders, Brooke's candor could result in even more tension behind the scenes. According to sources, Chrissy has been planning her answer and is aware of Brooke's plans to go public. It's unclear if this will result in a direct altercation or a string of passive-aggressive social media messages. But it is evident. Fans can't wait to see how this story develops in every way. Another important factor is the time of Brooke's disclosure. Chrissy's recent decisions had already caused her to conflict with old friends and co-stars. Furthermore, Brooke's public remarks exacerbate the situation. There has been a lot of conjecture on social media regarding Chrissy's next move, who she will support, and whether the aftermath will change their friendship group completely as the narrative progresses. There's no denying that Brooke Bailey's speech has paved the way for additional disclosures, and the world is paying careful attention. Now, fans are hooked to social media, prepared to analyze as this dramatic chapter progresses. Brooke and Chrissy's words, posts, and actions all matter. No one anticipated the tension to escalate to this extent, even though it had been brewing for weeks. At last, Brooke Bailey chose to speak up, and there was no more explosive timing. Sources close to the group claimed that Brooke had been keeping quiet for months in an effort to stay out of the drama involving Chrissy Lampkin. Following Brooke's most recent action was to say, "Enough." Brooke sat quietly and gravely during a late-night Instagram live. When she spoke about Chrissy's startling behavior, she wasn't sugarcoated something, she remarked. "I've known Chrissy for years. Furthermore, I never imagined that I would have to confront a buddy. However, when your choices impact not only your life but the lives of others, of all those around you, you can't remain silent." Brooke continued by saying that Chrissy had made a decision that caught a number of people in their social circle off guard, shattering trust and friendships. The comment area of Brooke's live stream exploded in a matter of minutes as viewers speculated about what Chrissy had done behind closed doors. Even if she didn't divulge every detail, admirers commended her for being truthful and referred to her as the voice of reason among pandemonium. Some remarked, "Finally, someone is speaking the truth," while others were torn, defending Chrissy and questioning why Brooke had waited so long to speak. But Brooke remained unwavering. She was very clear that she didn't want to create further trouble. It aimed to draw attention to acts that she believed to be unjust and painful. Sources disclosed that Chrissy was aware of Brooke's intention to speak out behind closed doors. Tensions have been brewing, according to those close to the incident. Chrissy feels deceived because by Brooke even thinking about going public, but Brooke thought she had no other option. "This isn't personal. It's about integrity. If I don't say something now," she allegedly warned friends, "I will always regret it." The story was swiftly shared on social media. Videos from Brooke's livestream went viral, igniting contentious debates on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. Admirers started examining every phrase, pause, and facial expression in an effort to find hints regarding Chrissy's exact actions. There was conjecture about anything from professional disputes to personal betrayals, with some speculating that the aftermath would negatively impact relationships. Outside of their own circle, influencers and celebrities started to voice their thoughts and take sides. Some defended Brooke, applauding her courage for speaking forward. Others condemned her for perhaps increasing the conflict. However, it was indisputable that Brooke's disclosure had reignited public interest in Chrissy's contentious decisions and revived a chapter that many believed had been closed. When the evening was over, it was obvious that Brooke Bailey's voice had changed the story. Fans were anxiously awaiting the next development in this protracted drama as Chrissy responded to what had once been a private dispute between pals. The query that everyone is wondering: how would Chrissy respond to Brooke's charges, and what consequences might follow for their circle of friends? There was no doubt that the story was far from finished. The internet was ablaze the morning following Brooke Bailey's thrilling live webcast. Videos showing her criticizing Chrissy Lampkin's startling action went viral, receiving millions of views on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Fans were studying every word, every tone, and every facial expression, trying to figure together precisely what Chrissy had. Brooke finally spoke as a result of that. Insiders claim that a live webcast did not end the tension. According to reports, Chrissy was incensed that Brooke had gone public and was taken aback by the publicity. According to people close to the incident, she attempted to speak with Brooke in private before the live stream in an attempt to resolve the matter amicably. But Brooke refused to back down. "I've been patient long enough," she reportedly said to friends. Fans conjectured wildly about what Chrissy's unexpected action might have been. "The truth needs to come out, and I'm not scared to say it." While some implied professional treachery, others indicated it entailed personal betrayal inside their social circle, sabotage, or disclosed information that damaged the reputations of others. Whatever the specifics, the consequences were instantaneous. Commentary, speculations, and discussions filled social media, and trending hashtags like #BrookeSpeaksOut and #ChrissyDrama emerged. Countrywide, even people of the entertainment industry started chiming in. A few reality TV stars commended Brooke for her bravery and integrity, highlighting the importance of advocating for oneself, and others are crucial in a society where public opinion can have a significant impact. Others disapproved of her strategy, saying that going public would simply increase hostilities and make peacemaking more difficult. However, Brooke remained unfazed by the critics. She intensified her efforts by publishing updates on her tales that suggested more would be revealed, hinting at details she said would completely reveal Chrissy's behavior. Chrissy, meanwhile, posted generic and seemingly unrelated stuff on social media while remaining largely silent. From the disagreement, the alteration was immediately observed by fans. Her typical posts on events, friendships, and behind-the-scenes looks at her life were conspicuously missing. The stillness paired with Brooke's live feed, which increased conjecture and kept viewers riveted to each account, anticipating a response. Mutual pals were caught in the crossfire. According to insiders, many were divided between allegiance to Chrissy and loyalty to Brooke. Some reportedly attempted to arbitrate in secret, asking both women to settle the dispute without making it public, unsure whether to remain impartial or take sides. Yet Brooke allegedly declined, stating that the truth needed to be out and that private mediation had failed. As the day went on, more purportedly leaked screenshots and communications appeared, fanning the flames. Some admirers stated they had witnessed evidence of misunderstandings, private discussions, and even instances that proved Chrissy's choice had more far-reaching effects than anyone first thought. In the meanwhile, there was more media attention. Brooke's live feed was swiftly picked up by entertainment blogs and gossip websites, expanding the audience for her statement and making it one of the most talked-about celebrity scandals in recent memory. Brooke sat peacefully during a late-night Instagram live, her face serious, discussing Chrissy's startling behavior. She didn't sugarcoat anything. "I've known Chrissy for years," she explained. "Additionally, I never imagined that I would need to call out myself friend. However, you cannot remain silent when your choices impact not just your life but also the lives of those around you. You can't remain silent." Brooke continued by saying that Chrissy had made a decision that caught a number of people in their social circle off guard, shattering trust and friendships. Her clues were enough to drive fans into a frenzy, even though she didn't disclose every detail, speculating as to what Chrissy had done in private. In a matter of minutes, Brooke's live stream's comment area went viral. Her honesty was commended by fans, who referred to her as the voice of reason amid mayhem. Some said, "Finally, someone is expressing the truth." Others disagreed, questioning why Brooke had been silent for so long and defending Chrissy. But Brooke remained unwavering. She was explicit that her goal was not to incite further drama. It aimed to draw attention to acts that she believed to be unjust and painful. Sources disclosed that Chrissy was aware of Brooke's intention to speak out behind closed doors. Tensions have been brewing. According to those close to the incident, Chrissy felt deceived by Brooke and even thought about going public. But Brooke thought she had no other option. She allegedly said to her friends, "This isn't." Clips from Brooke's livestream were immediately shared on social media. "It's personal. It's about integrity. If I don't say something now, I'll regret it forever." Went viral, igniting contentious debates on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Fans started dissecting every word, pause, and facial expression in an attempt to figure out precisely what Chrissy had done. Even celebrities and influencers started weighing in, offering their thoughts and taking sides. The speculation spanned from personal betrayals to professional disagreements, with some speculating that the consequences could affect connections well beyond their immediate circle. While some praised Brooke for her bravery in speaking up, others condemned her for possibly exacerbating the problem. Nevertheless, it was indisputable that Brooke's disclosure had reopened by the conclusion of the evening. It was evident that Brooke Bailey's voice had changed the story of Chrissy's contentious decisions, rekindling public interest in a chapter that many believed had been closed. Fans were waiting impatiently for the next development in this ongoing drama, and Chrissy had to answer to the public dispute between pals. Everyone was wondering how Chrissy would respond to Brooke's claims, and one thing was certain: this story was far from finished. The morning following Brooke Bailey's dramatic livestream, the internet was buzzing like never before. Clips of her speaking up about Chrissy Lampkin's startling action went viral, garnering millions of views on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Fans were analyzing every phrase, tone, and facial expression to determine precisely what Chrissy had done caused Brooke to finally speak. Insiders claimed that the tension continued after the live stream, with Chrissy apparently incensed that Brooke had gone public and feeling taken aback by the exposure. Said that before the live stream went live, she had attempted to get in touch with Brooke privately in an attempt to resolve the situation amicably, but Brooke refused to back down. She allegedly told friends, "I've been patient long enough. The reality needs to be revealed, and I'm not afraid to say it." Fans conjectured wildly about what Chrissy's startling action might have been, with some speculating that it might have involved personal treachery among their social group and others, hinting at, regardless of the specifics, the consequences from professional sabotage or information leaks that damaged other people's reputations was fast. Social media was overrun with discussions, speculations, and criticism, with hashtags like #BrookeSpeakUp, and the animosity between Brooke and Chrissy now dominated internet discussions as the hashtag The Chrissy Drama went viral. Viewers argued over who was actually at fault, with some defending Chrissy and saying Brooke was exaggerating, while others applauded Brooke's courage in pointing out what they saw as betrayal. Nevertheless, Brooke stayed true to her story, emphasizing honesty, responsibility, and exposing gaps that affected a number of individuals. By the evening, it was evident that Brooke's choice to speak up had changed how the public saw Chrissy. Friends, admirers, and even business insiders were suddenly asking people were now anxiously awaiting Chrissy's next move, whether she would react, apologize, or retaliate. While Brooke's credibility and audacity were warmly commended, the drama between Brooke Bailey and Chrissy Lampkin was only getting worse as the days went by, and no one could anticipate how or when it would finally end. Tensions were high, and the internet was keeping a careful eye on the situation. Following Brooke Bailey's shocking disclosures, the tension only grew as Chrissy Lampkin's silence fueled rumors, with fans and media outlets analyzing every post, story, and like. Sources close to Chrissy disclosed that it was evident that the aftermath from Brooke's livestream was a full-fledged scandal, with repercussions rippling across their entire circle. She was struggling behind the scenes. Friends say she was startled, hurt, and frustrated not just by Brooke coming out, but by the public nature of it. Chrissy never anticipated Brooke to go live. One insider claimed she wanted to handle it in private, but now it's publicly visible. She feels as though millions of people have witnessed a betrayal of her trust. But Brooke hasn't wavered or softened her position. She kept followers on edge by hinting at more details she hadn't yet disclosed in follow-up messages, emphasizing that this wasn't drama for amusement, but rather accountability and making sure that everyone impacted by Chrissy's actions had a voice. In a brief video clip, Brooke stated, "I came out here to speak the truth, not to start trouble. That is all." The stress apparently reached a breaking point among their social circle. Mutual acquaintances were caught in the middle, getting messages from both sides and finding it difficult to remain impartial. Others attempted to mediate, setting up calls and secret meetings, but the wounds were severe. Sources claimed that trust had been shattered and that it would require a great deal of work and integrity to mend it. Speculation on social media continued to erupt. Some fans backed Chrissy, claiming that Brooke was exaggerating or distorting the scenario, while others examined previous episodes, footage, and interviews in an attempt to make sense of the whole event. Agreed with Brooke, hailing her courage and honesty. The argument became so fierce that hashtags like #TeamBrooke and #Team-Christ were trending, simultaneously with thousands weighing in every day. In addition to fan reactions, industry insiders started to voice their opinions. Reality TV pundits and influencers noted that Brooke's choice to go public might have long-term effects for Chrissy's career and public image, depending on how the conflict developed. Some speculated that networks and producers should reevaluate stories or casting decisions. Others pointed out that Brooke's candor might encourage other cast members to speak up, thus paving the way for future revelations. Brooke stayed committed to her message despite the mounting tension, urging viewers to think about the bigger picture rather than simply the drama. "It's about accountability. It's about realizing that your choices impact not just yourself," she added. "Even though it's difficult to see, I hope others learn from this." Meanwhile, Chrissy's response or lack thereof became a story in and of itself. Fans and analysts conjectured about every small action she took on the internet, from like a post to subtly updating a story. Some insiders speculated that she was meticulously planning her next move, perhaps preparing a statement or live response to defend her reputation and explain her actions, and they interpreted them as clues or attempts at damage management. When rumors began to circulate about possible off-camera altercations, the drama reached a breaking point. According to multiple sources, private meetings between Brooke and Chrissy had taken place but ended in furious disputes, leaving some friends conjectured that reconciliation would be possible, but only if both women were prepared to have an open, honest talk without fear of public exposure, leaving both sides emotionally spent and the friendship seriously damaged. By the end of the third week, the situation had solidified into one of the most talked about reality TV scandals in recent memory, and Brooke Bailey's courage to speak up had not only revealed Chrissy's startling action, but also rekindled fans stayed riveted to social media, waiting for updates, responses, and any possible reconciliation or consequences. Conversations about accountability, trust, and openness among public individuals. In the end, this saga revealed the fine balance between friendship, allegiance, and public scrutiny. It demonstrated how swiftly private acts could be made public and how a single choice might have an impact on both personal and professional circles. One thing was evident. The world watched intently to see how Chrissy Lampkin would react, and whether the truth in all its complexity would ultimately surface after Brooke Bailey's speech altered the course of history. The story of Brooke Bailey and Chrissy Lampkin has captivated fans, revealing the brittle relationships of friendship, trust, and responsibility. Brooke's choice to speak up has exposed long-suppressed tensions, leaving everyone to speculate about Chrissy's reaction and the implications for their group. If you've been following Every Now, is your chance to participate in the discussion on every revelation, live stream, and mysterious post. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Do you think Chrissy has been unfairly singled out, or do you support Brooke for speaking her truth? Don't miss a second of this developing drama, because with tensions building and emotions high, the next action could make all the difference.